You know, I think DMX, I wasn't a huge, like, super fan of him, but I knew he was a good artist. He was a legend. He should have been respected. And not only that, but his life, you know, his life should have been pressured. It should have been valued a little bit more. You know, I don't think they should have allowed it to get as bad as it did. You know, and I know it's probably hard to come to the celebrity in a family that's the breadwinner. He makes all the money, all that. I know it's probably hard for you to try to come to them and tell them, like, you're doing this wrong. And they looking at you like, well, I'm paying for your bills, and I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So I'm doing something right. But it's like, at the end of the day, we cannot make a habit out of allowing people to be comfortable in their mistakes, because then we pay the price when something like this happens, because everybody knows that, you know, certain habits can catch up to you. We know that. But as long as people is bringing home the bacon, everything is all good. When DMX is bringing home all the money, everything is all good. But the minute that he decides that, you know, or not even decides, but at this point he's transitioned to you know, to his afterlife, life after death. So ultimately, now we have to face the reality that while we was on this earth, we sat here and we pretty much, you know, allowed this to be a situation that kind of went to shit. We sat here and allowed this to kind of continue to go, and, like, not only allowed it, but we pacified it. And that goes back to code of ethics in our communities. We don't have a code of ethics. We don't check things at the door. That's something I want to start doing a lot more in my life. I want to start checking things at the door. I'm going to start doing that with the relationships that I get in with women and all that. Like, when I see some red signs or red flags, check it at the door. With DMX, I feel like we pacified his situation so much. We pacified the fact that everybody loved DMX, and he's a good rapper, good father, and all that. And we never checked him on his substance abuse issues. We never questioned him as far as, like, you know, him being an addict or him being, you know, addicted to this drug. And it's not to say that he's a bad person, but it's like, if we love you and we care for you, that means we want you to be here with us. We don't want you to be dead. We don't want you to pass away. You feel me? So it's like, I feel like we have to look at these situations a lot more closely, and then understand that, you know, we could do more. We can do a lot more. Not only we can't do nothing for DMX now, but we can all go back to our families and our individual households and attempt to help somebody in our families that we know that's dealing with a substance abuse problem. We can reach out to them. We can say, hey, I know you're dealing with this liquor. I know you're dealing with these women. I know you're dealing with this crack. I know you're dealing with, you know, what else is a big one? You know, something, you know, sugar, you know, something. Like, I know you're dealing with that, but allow me to try to, can I do anything to help you? You need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to listen to. You know, whatever it is, you know, we got to extend our olive branch. We got to extend our hands to people in our families, because if we don't, this is what happens as a result. And now we can't stop a death. After somebody is gone, they're gone. And then they'll bring it back to life, you know? I'm sorry, but it's not. So ultimately, if we can do something to prevent these from happening in the future, then I think we should try it. If we can go to every auntie that's in our family that's, you know, dealing with the alcoholism, or dealing with, you know, she's selling her body or something, like something that we know is not right. We normalize so much, and we always allow things to be, because we always say, yeah, I'm minding my business. Yeah, I'm minding, that ain't none of my business. But ultimately, what happens when everybody pass away what happened when they pass away? Who got to come up with the money for the funeral? Because 9 times out of 10, they don't have the money, you know. And luckily DMX, you know, inshallah, he got some money, you know, saved up for his funeral, but I'm sure he does. But nonetheless, when it's happened to our families and our communities, we don't be having the money to afford the funeral. So being frank, You can't afford to be doing this to your life. Because when you pass away, we got to bury you. And that's not being selfish. That's just being intelligent. You should care more about your life than I do. But because you don't care about your life, then let me care about you enough to help you in a moment of your ignorance. And that's something that I think that we got to do more in our communities, you know. And I'm going to apply this to my life, you know. I got people in my life and in my, you know, around me that deals with different issues that I see. And I've been kind of someone, you know, people tell me, not people, but basically like family members tell me that this is my own business, you know, don't interfere with that. But ultimately, look what happens when we don't interfere. Look what happens when we don't interfere, when we just mind our own business. When we just mind our own business, people die. People die when people mind their own business. Every time that a woman or a brother got shot by a cop and we just sat there and recorded, they died because we mind our own business. We always minding our own business. We never trying to help each other. We always thinking so individualistic. We never thinking like a team, like a group, like a family. And that's the problem. That's one of the issues in our communities. DMX dying it shouldn't just be another death, another rapper death. It should be more than that. You should, when they don't hop in when a black woman getting beat by a man. When they say don't hop in. Facts. Because it's so much that we got to correct in our communities. But first things first, we got to check ourselves first. We got to check ourselves. And then after we can check ourselves, then we can go into, you know, working on our family members, and then working on our communities, and then get into a place, a better world, and a better, you know what I'm saying, a better atmosphere. I was looking at something yesterday that was telling me that the sky ain't even blue. The sky is not even blue. It's a reflection of the thoughts that's put into the atmosphere. Our thoughts are very real. Our thoughts. The reason why somebody can have the same idea as you and they don't live nowhere near you, or you never talk to them a day in your life, is because our thoughts are real. They travel at 24 billion miles per second. Thoughts are real. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand how powerful we are as humans, but we're very powerful beings. It's not a coincidence that everything in this world serves the human, the man, the black man at that. So we have to understand where our power truly lies. And not only that, but if the sky is not really blue, if the sky is if the atmosphere has all of our thoughts, and that's the reflection of the sky, and that's why it's so blue, then what does that say about our mind and our thinking patterns and how we view each other and how we view ourselves? You feel me? So I don't want to get too caught up into that because I don't have that much knowledge on that particular subject. But I did hear that from Sister Ava, and I already knew that, but I wanted to just say that on this live real quick. But yeah, man, this is an accountability live, man. All I want people to do is go back to their homes and just talk to that uncle that you know that's dealing with alcohol abuse. You feel me? Because I'm talking to myself. Talk to that to your dad, or to your auntie that's overweight and she just can't stop eating, and you just looking at her eat her last days away. Talk to grandma. Grandma, you know, I love you, grandma, but you gotta stop eating all these damn chips. You gotta start eating more smoothies and learning how to, you know what I'm saying, you know, moderation, not always chicken wings and shit. No, we can't eat chicken wings. Chicken ain't got nothing for us. We need something that's going to actually be able to prolong our life and eat to live, not to die. But ultimately, this is a very sad situation. I really RIP to DMX, you know what I'm saying? I really wish that we can use his death as a moment of reflection. I really wish we can use his death as a moment where we can kind of go back into our close quarters and just be able to get our home in order, you know? Another thing is your environment, and I'm talking to myself. Make sure you living into a clean environment, you know, because your environment is a reflection of your mind. if your environment is dirty, your mind is dirty, your